Oh, I don't even know. It's a constant battle between good and evil. Me and my tech. Good morning. It is Thursday, March 12th. We're 90 days out from beautiful downtown June 10th. And somebody asked me yesterday, they didn't understand necessarily why we talk about the 90 days. The 90-day rule basically is whatever's taking place in your business insofar as starting conversations, interacting with people. If that turns into a kitchen table for a listing appointment, it's probably about 90 days between the kitchen table and the closing table, only for the fact that you're going to maybe you sit with the Lindsays today or tomorrow. You get us signed. You get our property ready in the next 10 to 12 days. So in about 2 weeks, we're on the market. It's probably on the market for 30 more days if we're being generous. So now it's been prepared and marketed for about 45 days. And then if you talk to your lender, you talk to your person of choice, historically, it's probably going to take about 45 days for them to get their financing together. So it's about 90 days. So that's really the conversation that we're choosing to have to make you guys understand why I'm always talking about 90 days out. So that's what that's all about. If you were wondering, or if you were confused, and if you were confused, I appreciate that. My job is to confuse you. I'm just kidding. That's not the case at all. But that's where we're coming from when I talk about the 90 days. So the reason we're telling you right now that we're 90 days out from June 10th is whatever you do today to induce that conversation, get that appointment, get the ball going, or moving in the right direction, you could be 90 days out from the closing table, kitchen table to closing table. That's the math that we are talking about. It is a Thursday. It is a Thursday in which we're doing orientation here in Portsmouth for KWCLM. You'll notice we used to call it new agent orientation, and we got away from that because I guarantee we've got some veteran agents. There's no judgment in this statement. We've got some veteran agents that don't know all of the things. They've maybe misremembered. It's a great political statement. I misremembered. They maybe forgot about stuff that's here, that's offered to all of us, or there's been stuff added since they first got here. So we do not call it new agent orientation. We just call it KWCLM orientation. That is happening today at 9 o'clock at the same time that orientation is taking place all days long. It'll be all day today because you'll go right through this afternoon. You have all your contractual stuff with the Jason Westcott. It's a full day. We feed you. We're looking forward to seeing you for that. And at the same time that starts at 9 o'clock, we do have Fight Club. Fight Club is Monday through Friday, 9 to noon. You go to kwfightclub.com. It's your spot to go do your lead generation. Whatever you're doing, we just ask that we all get together and do it. And is everybody there? Absolutely not. I don't ever expect in the history of ever to get all 548 of you into a Zoom room at the same time. I know people have life and deals and stuff going on and all that thing. It's simply there at 9 o'clock to remind you this is what would be a fantastic idea for your schedule. Absent a calendar that you keep, right? And this is GaryKeller.com. Gary Keller always says, show me your calendar, I'll show you your future, right? So the schedule that your calendar holds for you is basically telling your face where it should be and what it should be doing. If you don't have that, if your Google calendar looks like a polar bear in a snowstorm, then I would just peruse the morning news that comes out at about 7:15 and hits your inbox. And we're just, hey, by the way, there's an opportunity. Now I have people all the time and they're just like, listen, I don't actually need to, I don't need to go in and do that. I don't need to be in that room. I don't need to be in that space. I do not require the place to go for me to do my lead gen. I'm well within my capabilities to do my lead gen on my own. I believe you. I promise you, if you add the accountability of doing it with others and just your presence alone, if you're somebody super comfortable doing your lead gen, then for your dear friend, and I don't often say this, like I'm always telling you guys to do stuff for you. For me, just come to Fight Club. Because then when you're in Fight Club, other people are like, oh, wait a minute. It must work. Because I can promise you this, it's not necessarily that you're in Fight Club that's helping you do your lead generation. By being in Fight Club, you're encouraging others to do so. That's what it boils down to. We want to do hard things together. The least, capital L, capital East, the least enjoyable thing about what we do in this industry is the lead generation. And somebody right now is like, no, Tim, I love it. No, you don't. Stop. We love the showings. We love signing contracts. We love helping people get to where they're going. The lead gen is predictable. The lead gen is mundane. The lead gen is boring for the most part. And if you feel that way, I agree with you. Your mornings should be predictable. Your mornings should be cookie cutter. You do whatever you do with your family. You get short people on the bus. You drive people to school. Your spouse or partner works from home or they head out to the office. And whether you work from home or come to the office, we do the jobby job part of real estate in the morning, and that is talk to more humans about the opportunity to buy, sell, or invest. And our number one conversation, we should always lead with listings. Always. There's not a single one of you, and I know you just put a listing on yesterday, and you're like, you know what, right? I need the perfect buyer for the house that I just listed yesterday. They're coming. There's not a single one of you. And I ask this in every training. I will ask it today when I pop my head into orientation. Does anybody in the room have too many listings? I've never had any one of our agents, our most successful agents included. They've never been like, yep, we got too many listings. It's not a thing. That's like Lay's saying they have too many potato chips. Like that is not a thing. And if it's a question of leverage, you're like, well, I do, but Timmy, I'm hitting critical mass. It's just me and my cat Mittens. Tell her I said hi, by the way. That's just a leverage challenge. That's not even a problem. Because even as a solo artist at 463, you could have somebody help you tackle that problem. And if it becomes a consistent challenge, that's when you scale. That's when you explore building a team. There's not an agent in the country right now that wouldn't take one more listing. And my second question always, and this is not based out of greed, is do you have too much money in the bank? No one ever says yes. Yep, TD Bank called me last night. They said they're full. That's not a thing. And again, it's not out of greed. It's about what would you do, right? Because the misquote is money's the root of all evil. The true quote is the love of money is the root of all evil. What we say here at Keller is money is good for the good that it can do. And there's not a single one of us that's not here for profitability. I do it because of the late nights, Timmy. I do it because of the migraines. No, you don't. We are all getting into our cars or sending our families off to school, and we are all putting our heads down and doing real estate. Yes, we enjoy what we do. This would be a difficult industry if you didn't actually enjoy what you do, if you weren't passionate about the journey that we get to take with people that we are allowed to serve. And we're very fortunate that our average at our market center is about $12,000 for a GCI check. And you can do that as many times as you want. But if you were in class with Ann Flanagan or Shannon or wherever you took your licensing class, and here's the best part, when it's all said and done, it's pro bono. You do it for free. You'd be like, get me the daylights out of here. We came to this industry so we could control our calendars and control our bank accounts. And yet we show up and we act like the worst boss and the worst employee all rolled into one. And by not being a great self managed boss or a great self-managed employee, if you're party of one, and a lot of you are solo artists at our company. Therefore, by doing so and not taking the appropriate actions, how's the bank account? It's getting its face kicked in. Talking to agents in the last couple of days, and I hear more and more agents, well, I'm working with a bunch of buyers. And I'm not here to pick a fight about that. But ask yourself, are you working with those buyers or are you waiting with them? Like standing there on the side of the road, holding their hand, waiting for the bus to show up. The bus is not showing up. The house of their dreams is not going to pull up, be like, oh, Mrs. Johnson, step right on. I told you, wait about 7 minutes. It's not going to pull up. It's incumbent upon us to find out what our buyers are looking for. And then you know what? Put on the eye black, grab your bow and arrow, and go hunt. That's our job. Well, I've got some buyers, but what they're looking for isn't available. Go get it. What are we doing? You're going to wait for Jackalope Realty across the street to go get the listing, misprice it, and then you got to wait there while they make their price improvements every Friday at 4:45. We dropped it another 1,000. Idiots. Listen. As soon as you know what the Joneses want, as soon as you know what the Lindsays want, they have given you license to go hunting for them. You can reverse engineer a listing. It can be done. It has been done. It's a wonderful conversation. And you have to be okay if you door knock. Hey, Mr. Jones, Tim Lindsay with KWCLM, Keller Williams Realty. I've got a client. They're duct taped in my back seat. See them? Yeah, you can wave to them. They would like to move into your house. Question, are you thinking about moving in the next 10, 20, or 30 minutes? And if they're like, well, you know what? Next May, our senior graduates, and we are going to right-size our property after that. But you know what? We've been working with Agent X at Brokerage Y forever, and we'll probably work with her. We have to be okay with that. Now, that time frame, next May, maybe they meant this May, might not work for our buyers. But I'm letting them know that we're here to buy the house when the time comes. A lot of times you'll go door knock and maybe you get the listing. Now you're in dual disclosed agency. Whole nother conversation. But wouldn't it be a nice problem to have as opposed to I have 62 signed buyers and there's nothing available? Of course there is. We have to do our job. We have to do our job. We have to stop letting cable news, we have to stop letting fat Uncle Tony at Easter or Passover. He'll be at Easter. He's always at Easter. He eats all the chocolates. It's so annoying. We have to let ourselves into the conversation and intercept, because this is a t-shirt we will eventually print. Stupid is undefeated. And we have to fight with it every day. We have to bring our market knowledge, our expertise, our passion, our care, and our skill to the conversation. And we're going to do that by finding the person who's looking for our help today. Michael Mayer, 7 Levels of Communication. Today, somewhere in my city, someone's looking for help, and it is my job to find them. Let's go do that. You've got Fight Club at 9 o'clock. KWFightClub.com for your lead gen pleasure at 9 o'clock. Also here in person in Portsmouth. Orientation all day long. At 12 o'clock, you can meet me at timsoffice.com where we do the midday protocol. We talk about our conversations, interactions, our meeting set, and our agreements signed. And then it's a Thursday with KT Temple. At 3 o'clock, the Tech Mastermind. 4 o'clock, onboarding. Questions, comments, concerns, you can reach out at 603-834-2856. And you can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. See you soon.